Hello, friends. My name is Claire, and I'm going to be doing a family home for 5 in The Sims 4. I couldn't decide how many Sims I should design a house for, and so I turned to Instagram and I put up a poll on my stories, and you guys decided that I would do a home for a family of 5. It was actually tied between a family of 8 and a family of 5. So next week's video will be a family of 8. And so we are just starting off in the front area of this house, and I wanted there to be like a general location for like the computer. I know every family has a different like standard of like how long their kids should be on the computer, and I wanted to have this computer in like a more visible spot for the parents. And so we are just kind of quickly doing some things in the front. I kind of skipped right over this and started just doing the living room, but I remembered to do the front, and so here it is. I wanted to do something kind of like neutral with like the body of the house, but kind of bring some bright spring colors with the door and the fake garage and the windows on the exterior of the house. And so we are just going to be adding a couch, and I did only use the base game and the growing togethers in this build. I might be thinking of another item and just can't remember it, but it should hopefully just be like one random like tissue box or one random item if there are items from another pack. And so we are just going to be adding all of the living room essentials. I wanted to add this fireplace, most one because I am doing a limited pack build, but two because I haven't used it in a while. And so we are just going to be adding some side tables, and I do change the color of the couch, as you can see now. I feel like it was just looking a little too same with the floor and the side tables, and so changing it to this darker color helped make it pop a little bit more, and it kind of ties in with the yellow door with that yellow blanket on the back of the chair. And so now we are in the kitchen of the house, and I decided to go for kind of more modern looking cabinets. I wanted this house to kind of feel either recently remodeled or like newly built. This is built in the world that came with the Growing Together expansion pack. Probably should have mentioned that a little bit earlier in the video, but I mentioned it now. So we are just going to be adding a little island space. There isn't really a formal dining room area since this is a limited pack build. I'm not using the seasons pack, and so I do have a full season dining room on the front porch. If you want, you could possibly turn that area into kind of a closed off sunroom. That might be kind of fun, but I just kind of made it open area for your Sims to eat out there. And so we are just going to be working on that space now. Probably should have saved that conversation for right now. But anyway, I wanted the yellow chairs to match the windows and the doors. And so we just kind of keep with that theme of yellow and happy and bright. When I took the screenshots of this video, it was currently raining, and so I couldn't fix it. I was afraid my sim was going to get electrocuted, and so I just kind of kept it, and I'm like, wow, the yellow in this build really pops more because it's so dark and stormy outside in my game. And so I do add space for an infant in this house. I make a little nursery that I'll show you in a few minutes, but I wanted to just kind of finish the outside of this house while we're out here doing the dining room area. And I was mentioning that there would be 2 kids here, and so I wanted there to be a lot of like playground space. Wanted this area to be very fun for like all the neighborhood kids to play at, and I do add some garden boxes. I totally forgot about this like separate section off of the garage that I was kind of going to make into like a private garden space, but I forgot about that space. I do add a garbage can out there, but that area just becomes more of a sitting area, and so we are just going to be adding some lunch boxes. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I love adding drop zones in the front of the house. But instead of doing it in the front of the house, like right by the front door, I decided to do it here in a little mud room off of the garage. We don't have any like portable cars or like actual cars in this game currently. I don't know if we'll ever get movable cars, but I wanted this area to feel like it was like functional, and like there was a working garage and working cars off of this space, and so we are just going to be adding some pictures, kind of keeping it simple over here in this more open area. And we are just going to be adding a fire alarm for safety, and going to just be adding this cute little spoon and fork decoration in the kitchen. And now we are going into the garage, and I added the woodworking table because that is an item I literally do not remember when I last used it, but the rest of this house is or the rest of this space is kind of more like a home gym space. I see a lot of people doing like home gyms in the garage, and since garages aren't really a thing or functional in The Sims, it felt like the perfect place to have like another home area or like home gym area. I do also add a art easel to kind of like go with the art easel in the front of the house. Maybe like one of the parents is like a painter on the side, and so we are just going to be adding some mirrors and going to be going into the little nursery now. I didn't really gender specific this room. I was kind of keeping it open if you have a boy infant or a girl infant, and so we are just going to be adding some pictures above the little changing table, and going to be kind of just figuring out the spaces. It isn't like the biggest room in the house, but I feel like I made it work pretty well for what I had, and so we are just going to be adding a little rug, and I just try to make this space feel very cozy and warm and functional. I do move that uh, rocking chair into the primary suite just because there's a little bit more room, and I wasn't sure if it was functional right there in the corner. And speaking of the primary suite, that is where we are currently. I use this bed from the Growing Together pack, and I use this kind of more neutral color. I feel like it kind of worked well with like the soft blue wood, or not the soft blue woods, the soft blue walls, and so I do add a little dresser above the window, but I forgot when I added the dresser that like I actually had a room to put like an actual kind of walk-in closet area, and so where that dresser is where I put a new area to rock the baby, a new rocking chair spot, and so we're just going to be adding some tables and some pictures. Again, I was just trying to keep this area pretty simple, and I feel like this one area turned out pretty well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And while you're down there, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell notification button. I recently set a goal to hit 70 subscribers before April 19th, which was my birthday, and we reached that goal beforehand. So thank you to all those who have subscribed, and I would love if you haven't subscribed, if you would please hit that subscribe button. I am a small content creator here on YouTube, and I don't really have anything else going. I don't have any like Twitch channels or memberships, so if you want to support me, hit that subscribe button and like button. That would mean so much to me. And so we are just going to be adding some more empty picture frames where you can put your own pictures in, and I really like that detail, and I use it a lot. If you subscribe to me for a while, you would see like that's an item I put in like every single build. And so we are now just working in this walk-in closet area. I don't think these not furniture. I don't think these clothing items are functional, but it was just kind of more for like looks. And if you have the Dream Home Decorator pack, you can replace all of those for functional working cabinets that can take you to the cast mode in The Sims. And so we are just going to be adding a towel and just kind of finishing up this primary suite, and then we are just going to be copying the rug in from the living room into the computer area. And I feel like adding rugs in the space would just kind of make it more cozy. And since that most of it's like hardwood, it's also just kind of like soft. And so we are now on the second level. Up here, there are two bedrooms and one bathroom. So I was imagining that this space would be for possibly twins, but they kind of have like opposite interests in a way. I did kind of keep both of the color schemes in the children's rooms to be the same because I just wanted it to be simple like that. And so in this first room, I kind of made like nature themed with like the butterfly wallpaper and then the cloud bedding. And so I do add a little pink tree decal into this room, and I wanted that to kind of tie into the pink tree on the exterior of this house, just to kind of be like, oh, there's a pink tree outside and there's a pink tree in this room. And so now we are just going to be adding some more fun kid details in here. I wanted to make sure that there was like a toy box and adding some like stuffed animals around this area, but I also wanted this area to be very transitional if there's like a teen living in the space or if they like aged up into a teen. And so we are just going to be adding just those few pictures and details. Here's that pink tree I was talking about, and so we are just going to be adding some more bunnies because I love adding bunnies into my builds because my family has a pet bunny, and we had several in the past. We had like I think like 19 at one point, and so we are just going to be going into the second bedroom in this house or on this level, which is themed to be dinosaurs. I kind of let the wallpaper talk or have the inspiration for both of these bedrooms, and so we are just going to be adding a side table with some decorations, and I wanted to add like a giant stuffed animal because I knew that there was like a dinosaur stuffed animal, and so I did. But when I was taking screenshots, I realized, wait, that's not the dinosaur, that's a dragon. So I do change the dragon into a dinosaur at the end of the video during the screenshots, which we are getting to shortly. For this space, I did want to make sure that there was a desk in this room. Maybe this sim in the dinosaur room is just a little bit older and has like a need for a desk, where the nature themed room, the sim might be a little bit younger. Maybe she just turned into a toddler and or into a child from a toddler to a child, and so the sim doesn't really need a desk at that point. Or maybe the dinosaur room just like studying alone, where the or as the nature child room, like having their parent help them with their homework. But we are currently in the last space of the house, which is the third bathroom. There is a second like half bathroom on the first floor. I just didn't show you that because it felt repetitive, and so we are getting close to the screenshots. So like I said earlier, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to play in this house, you can find all the information down in the description. My EA ID is green_rose_sims, same as YouTube and Instagram. So I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!